Yeah, what up, folks? So we got a 2012 Kia Rio. Customer complaint is that the power steering is really stiff, and he asked if I could check it out for him. So let's see what's up. Okay, so this customer recently purchased this vehicle from someone, and they explained to him that the vehicle had issued the power steering, and they got fed up of the hard steering. So he decided to take the gamble and purchase it from that person, and now he brought it here so I can diagnose it and see if I can rectify it for him. Right? We got 111,000 kilometers on the dash. Right? The vehicle looks like it's in good shape, right? So let's start the vehicle up and see, if it starts up and how it runs. Okay, so the vehicle starts right up. It's idling, okay. Let's give it a little rev and see if it RPM increase. So right now I'm not seeing the RPM moving at all. Okay, why is that? The power steering light is on. All right, the fuel gauge is working. All right, so let's see if we can, roll back with this vehicle and see if that tach will move at least. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in reverse. So it seems like nothing's working. Okay, let's go forward. Okay, I probably gotta go on a little stretch in order to see it moving, but the steering is really hard, man. I'm having difficulties just turning it right now as we speak. All right, so okay, I know you can feel it, but it's really solid. And the tach is not moving. And also the RPM is not moving. And I'm driving. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, but the steering wheel is definitely hard, man. I'm trying to turn right now and I'm catching my butt and the RPM is not moving. Okay, so I don't think I need to go forward with this vehicle. I'm just gonna go and diagnose this vehicle and see exactly what is happening. Okay, so let's put it back in that spot it came from. As I said, man, it's kind of hard. You won't be able to feel what I'm feeling, but you see I'm really struggling just to turn. I feel like it's, definitely don't have no power steering. So let's put the scan tool on this vehicle. Wow. So let's put the scan tool on this vehicle and see exactly what's going on. All right, so I got the Autel MPK 908 Pro version 2 out. So let's put it on this vehicle and see exactly, what comes up, right? So let's go into auto scan. I'm trying to see if I could get you in with this glare, right? I got 12.4 volts on the battery. You saw the tach wasn't moving, and also the what you call it? I wasn't getting nothing at all. No matter if I go in reverse or forward. And this tool is real powerful because you see how fast it get in. I'm at 95% within some seconds. You dig? So really impressed with this tool, man. Make mincemeat out of these little vehicles. Right? So we got a full code on the airbag of B2500, and we got EPS C1611 can timeout engine management. Right? So I got no response on the engine, the transaxle. I got no response on none of these modules. Okay, so let's see if we can get in. Nothing. So I'm not getting access. I'm not getting no access at all from none of these. Let's go into the transmission. Okay, so you see I'm not getting into any of the modules, whether it be the engine and the transmission, right? Yeah, I believe we have a fault coming from the module, right? But before we do anything, I need to do some checks. I need to go and check the crank and the cam, right? And see exactly where I'm getting that signal from. I mean, if I'm not reading the engine, how come the vehicle at least starts and move? You dig? Okay, so let's do some checks on the hood and see exactly what we're getting and what we're not. I'm getting spark, I'm getting fuel because the vehicle starts right up and runs, but I'm not getting anything else and it's not communicating at all. Okay, so let's do some basic checks on the vehicle. Right, I got the key on right now, engine off. Right, so I mean the first thing I like to do is to make sure my leads are, connected. I'm using the A scope right now. Right, just a little small oscilloscope. Okay, so let's go on to ground, and I like to go. Let's put it on meter. Hold on, real quick. Okay, so let's check to see our voltage. Right now I'm getting 12.25 volts, right, reading off the battery. So that's letting me know all is well right there. Right, as I said, key on, engine off. Right, so I'm going to look for the easiest sensor I could get my hands on. Right, if it's the map sensor or this carry map, sorry. If I could get my hands on the, let's say what can I get my hands on? I could get my hands on the injector. It's right here. Okay, so let's take a look at the injector and see if you're getting 12 volts coming out from there. And we are getting 12 volts from the injector, right? So one next check I can do is look for the cam sensor. Okay, where's the cam sensor? So I can use the cam and the crank. I got the crank down there. So let's go on to the crank. The crank is easy to get to. Okay, so I'm just plugged into the crank right there. Okay, next thing I can do is I could go onto the oscilloscope part of it. Okay, and let's put my time base, fix all this. I'm gonna go down to like 8. Okay, I can go up to 75. Okay, let's record and let's start the vehicle up and see if I'm getting anything at all, right? Trying to wind this glass now. So am I getting anything? I am. So let's come here, let's open this up. So I am getting a crank signal. Okay. So I'm getting a crank signal, as you see, right? So, I mean, if I'm getting a crank signal, I'm getting injector pulse, am I? I mean, matter of fact, let me get my next lead, right? I'll put the attenuator on it. And let's scope where's my attenuator? And let's scope the injector or something like that. Or I can even, matter of fact, it's crazy that I'm getting a pulse and I'm getting signals and stuff like that, but I'm not getting anything from the ECU. So what exactly is reading? So we definitely look like we have a fault on that ECU. It could be glitching somehow. Let's put on the second channel. All right, I'm gonna go onto my ground right here. Okay, yeah, I could keep it simple. Then I don't gotta check the injector because you hear the vehicle is firing. Okay, so I'm just checking my crank and I'm looking for the cam, but this vehicle is sort of dirty, so I can't see the cam sensor. Where are you? I'm not seeing it at all. I'm seeing the O2 sensor. I'm seeing this what you call it? That thing for the inject. Oh, I got it. Right. So let me get a next probe, and let's go into the cam signal and see exactly what's going on. So let's stop this real quick here. Okay, so as you saw that I'm getting crank signal, right? I'm gonna back probe into the cam signal. I believe it's there also. So why is that we're not getting? Why are we not getting anything coming off the ECU? Why the scan tool is not reading? I mean, have ability to read the rest of the modules, but it's not reading the ECU and the transmission and stuff like that. So let's record this again and let's start the vehicle up again. Okay, so I do have the crank and I do have my cam. So you see I'm getting my crank and my cam. All right, let's stop this. Let's stop the vehicle. The vehicle sounds perfectly good. I mean, it's not timing, it's nothing. So right now I got my crank and my cam signal right here, which is good. So, you know, so what I'm gonna do next, that means the ECU is definitely powering up, but it could be that we have a fault on the board itself that's causing, you know, that voltage drop or something like that. I have experienced this before on these vehicles, so I'm gonna go directly after this ECU, right, and you know, open it up and see exactly what's going on, right? So yeah, that's it, really. I mean, straight to the point. I mean, you know, you don't like to call ECU because of the price, but I mean, I'm getting my crank and my cam signal. I'm getting spark. I mean, I'm getting fuel, right? So what else could it be? It's not a voltage drop. I'm not reading the module at all, and this has the transmission and the engine. So we definitely have some issues right here, right? I'm not sure if it's a processor or if it's a power IC or something like that, but the vehicle, you know, runs, right? So I'm gonna shut this off and I'm gonna take this apart and I'm let you know what I find. Yeah, so this was the box that was on this vehicle. You see someone was here before. They marked 2023 on it, so it's a fake box, right? Used to these boxes, so I mean the sticker is not even it don't even have Kia on it, nothing like that. It's an imitation box that they put on this vehicle, and also you see that they got silicone, you know, red RTV, right? You could tell it's sloppy work. They also cracked the bulkhead right here, so yep. I mean, I did suspect the ECU was at fault, and it looks like it is, right? Because it's not reading at all on the scan tool. I'm getting crank and cam. I'm getting power to the injector. If a box was not communicating, I wasn't getting all that. It'll be a crank no start, right? So seeing that the vehicle runs, it just having issues with the power steering and the tach and stuff like that, that's letting me know that, you know, is along that line that the module is not doing what it's supposed to. So when I open this box up, I'll take some pictures, probably make a video, I'm not sure, and I'll let y'all know exactly what I found.
What it feel like to see the truth and still ignore it? Whether in denial or out of it is still important. I'm from where they sold men, secrets only told friends. Dusty church with old hymns, 24s and chrome rims, dirty south. Football jersey with that 5 on it. Skeletons in closets on a hanger, look alive, don't it? Look alive if you trying to survive. Head on a swivel, dribbling might be your ride. I'm trying to make it to a higher height. Square.
Okay, folks, so I was able to, you know, find out where the problem is, right? It was at this, on the system IC had the issue, right? So I replaced it with a new chip, right? Seal the box up, right? I'm going to let the customer know, don't look at this box, right? Because I'm seeing this little crack right here. I was able to seal it as best as I can, right? But as I said, water got in the box and this system IC right here failed, right? Let me show you exactly where that, what you call it, that IC was. Let me open this old box up. This is an old box that's not working. Okay, so he was able to swap that out because this IC right here, okay, had the issue. So let's take the box back out to the vehicle, right, and see exactly that if it could communicate. I believe it will because it's communicating right on the bench. I was able to power it up right here on the bench, and I saw the codes that was on the vehicle, so I'm gonna clear it right now. I'm able to communicate with it via the scan tool, and yeah, that should be it, right? So I got the ECU back onto this vehicle. I got the battery fully charged. So let's go onto the scan tool and let's do a automatic search. All right, we're going to VIN, automatic VIN. Right, so once I see the VIN pop up, that means that the ECU is definitely, communicating with the scan tool and also on this vehicle, right? So we see that we're going to press read again. Right, so we got the VIN right now. We're going to confirm. Before, I wasn't even getting the VIN, right? It was on lost comm, right, between the ECU, TCM, and all that good stuff. We got 2023, okay, 1.6 GDI. This is Pride. No, it's not. So let's come back out. Okay, let's exit that. Let's go and read again. Because it's not a Pride, it's not a GDI. Okay, unless it's, they took information from out of the box. But I'm gonna go into manual because I know it's not a Pride. It's a Kia Rio, okay, in 2012. So let's look for Rio. Okay, right here. This 201 is right. So I had to enter the VIN manually because it was coming up as a Pride, and it's not, right. Right, so now it is a Pride, but it came up as a GDI the first time I scanned it, and it wasn't. Right, so we got 1.4 2013, right, a Pride UB. All right, cool, I'm going to take that. So let's confirm. Let's do an auto scan. So while I'm auto scan, I'm expecting to see, all the modules communicating, or at least I'm getting access to go into it. Before I wasn't getting nothing at all. Right, so once I get access to the modules, I'm gonna clear all the codes, right? Because I wasn't able to clear it on the bench, right? Because nothing was hooked up. So once that is up, I'll be able to start the vehicle and, and see what's going on. But I believe that what I did fix this vehicle, right? Because before I wasn't able to get nothing on the engine, transmission, airbag, nothing, right? And now I am. Okay, the power steering was hard, and that's it. So I believe what I did was correct. So we definitely have a fault on the. So let's see what fault we have on the ECU. Right now, we're gonna read. Okay, so we had a problem with the CAN bus. We did. Right. I also, when I scoped the ECU, I wasn't getting no CAN signal at all. So I mean, that explains it. We had a communication problem. Let's read. I'm expecting to see the same thing, right? CAN issues, EPS, same thing, CAN issues. So before I wasn't able to read anything. So now we got everything back up and running. Let's clear all these codes, right? I'm not going to save it because I know we had an issue with the module, right? So I'm not going to save anything at all. Just going to clear everything off, right? And we're supposed to start the vehicle, and we're supposed to have no lights on unless we have issue with the airbag. But he didn't come for that. But I don't think we'll have an issue. So right now I'm getting nothing, right? So let's start the vehicle up and see what's going on. Right, started right up, and you saw that the light came off. So we definitely have a fix, right? And steering is smooth again. Before, I was struggling just to move it, and you see I'm moving it effortless now. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, right? I was able to diagnose this vehicle and narrow it down that we had an ECU fault, which we did because you saw that someone's in the box before, right? I made some changes. I replaced a part, right? And the vehicle is up and running. You see the steering wheel is nice and soft again. We got no lights on the dash, right? You saw I was able to clear the codes also and get into each module. So that's letting me know that what I did was correct. So yeah, until next time, don't forget to hit that bell notification, like, subscribe, share, comment. Appreciate all your support. Until next time.